Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency occupied? Nothing heard. CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40. CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40. CQ 40 meters, CQ, 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 CQ. CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ. CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40. Kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, call in CQ, CQ. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ. Kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, call in CQ, any stations anywhere. CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ, CQ. Kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, call in CQ, CQ. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ, CQ. Here's Kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, call in CQ, standing by for call. CQ, 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 CQ 40, CQ 40 meters. CQ, 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 CQ 40, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, 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 CQ 40, CQ 40 meters. Kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, call in CQ, CQ, CQ 40 meters. Kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, K0, red, white, and blue, call in CQ, any stations anywhere.
Kilo Delta 2, Papa Golf Juliet.
Kilo Delta 2, Papa Golf Juliet. Jim, good evening. Thanks for coming back to the call. Appreciate it very much. Again, the name here is Randy, and the QTH for 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri there. Go ahead.
Received nice audio coming into my shack here. You got a great signal. I'm in southern New Jersey, a town called Brick. I'm about 4 miles in from the ocean. Name here is Jim, and I believe you already gave a call back on my name, Juliet India Mike. How are you doing this evening?
We're doing fine. Well, thanks so much for New Jersey. Yeah, I've got you pulled up here in Brick. Yeah, very cool. That's a nice little contact to start the evening off. 1,065 miles, straight line is what the logger is showing. That's terrific. You're a good solid 5 and 9 here in the receive, and nice to see that at least we're getting a little bit of contact tonight there. Go ahead.
Yep, 5-9 on the return trip. I'm running 90 watts. Out of the gate to get 450 gain with one of their budget radios. It's fed into a vertical antenna, a Huxley 5-band trapped antenna. Right there, has about 450 foot of wire in the ground last time checked.
Yeah, well, it's doing okay. I think you copied 90 watts there about. Not a whole lot of noise we have on the band, at least on my end. Do see a few other signals around us, and decided to come here and see if we had a little open spot, and it looks like it was okay there. So, again, we're going to try to see if we can make a few contacts this evening. We also are running live on our YouTube channel. We do this in the evenings here on 40 meters, and we've got the channel up as well. So people get an opportunity to give a look and a listen there and see how they sound on the air there. Roger? Well, thank you so much, Jim. Hey, nice to make contact with you. A little short QSO, of course. I don't see a contact in the log, so thank you so much for that. And hopefully we'll have many more opportunities to have a nice little chat. So if you hear us out here again, by all means, give us a call, and we'll just kind of pick things where we left off. But I do appreciate it very much. Hope you had a good Monday. Have a great Monday evening and the week coming ahead. And again, don't hesitate if you hear us, give us a call. We'd love to reconnect with you. So we'll say 7-3s. Hope you and yours are safe and well and continue to be that way. So you take care, my friend. Appreciate it very much. Kilo Delta 2, Papa Golf Juliet in New Jersey. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, 7-3s. Okay, any other stations? K0 RWB, QRZ, any stations anywhere?
Whiskey 3, Yankee Golf.
Okay, the Whiskey 3, and then I think I heard a Whiskey 8. Give me the Whiskey 3 first, if you would, please.
Sure, Whiskey 3, Alpha Bravo. The name here is Jeff. I'm in a little town called Damascus, Maryland. We're about 35 miles northwest of Washington, D.C., QSL.
Oh, fine business, Jeff. Nice to hear you again. That logger says Christmas Day last year, so it might have been during the Christmas train event. So nice to have you here in the shack again. Yeah, it's back-to-back here on the East Coast. You guys are sounding really good. And at least in my location, the band is very, very quiet. So hopefully that just means we'll have an opportunity to make some contacts tonight. I'll look at the meter next time around. Wasn't paying attention as I was trying to type your call in, but no problems hearing you there. Go ahead.
Very good. Well, you're 5 by 9, maybe about 10 over, sometimes even a little bit more. So very nice, strong signal here into Maryland tonight. And I don't even know if you can hear it outside, but the wind is howling out here, 50 miles an hour going.
Wow, that's crazy. No, fortunately, you can't. We had that a couple of nights ago. I think you guys are getting what came through here, kind of see how that works. But, yeah, it's really been kind of strange here the last couple of weeks. We call this yo-yo weather, up and down, up and down. We had 87 degrees last Wednesday, 77 the day before. And today the high was 34, and it's just going to get worse and snow on Thursday and Friday again until the weekend, and then Monday in the mid-60s. So, you can't do anything with it, so you just got to work through it there, Roger.
Yeah, copy that. I was just putting you in my logbook here. Anyway, it's very nice talking with you. I know there's a lot of people that want to log in and hear themselves on YouTube tonight. So, anyway, 73. It's been nice talking with you, and hopefully it won't be another 3 or 4 months before I talk to you again. K0 RWB Whiskey 3 Alpha Bravo on your final.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. I do appreciate it very much. You just never know what the band is like until you call CQ, and we've been very fortunate here lately. We've been able to talk to a few operators, which certainly makes it nice. Again, nice the chance to catch up with you and a new band. We had our contact on 20 now here, 40 meters. So very nice. And you came up that last time as well. You were just about 10 over. So nice to see the band is starting to come around. Hey, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks again. Look forward to the next time. Like you said, I hope it's not that many months away. It's amazing how time flies on amateur radio. So we'll certainly be out here as much as we can. And if you do happen to hear us, please give us a call again, and we'd love a chance to catch up with you. So I'll say 7-3s. Hope you and yours are safe and well and continue to be so. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Whiskey 3 Alpha Bravo, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Jeff. Have a great night.
73.
All right, take care. How about the other station in there a while ago, the Whiskey 8 station? If you're still in there, come with your call, please.
Yeah, this is Whiskey 8 Yankee Golf, and I have your call as Kilowatt Zero Romeo Whiskey Bravo. Am I correct?
Yeah, we'll just say K0 Red, White, and Blue. That makes it a little simpler there. David, go ahead.
Anyway, the name here is David, Delta Alpha Victor, New Delta, and I'm up in Pontiac, Michigan. I'm on a little Yaesu FT891, and are you copying me okay? Am I understandable?
Oh, yeah, no problem at all. The signal, you're solid 5 and 9. I assume that you're on the stock microphone. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm the stock microphone on the 1 setting. I wonder what it sounds like on the 2 setting. Can I try?
Yeah, I would certainly say do that. That way you can hear the difference yourself. You know, if you caught the last little portions here, we're actually live on our YouTube channel, so it's being recorded while we're live here as well, David, so you'd have an opportunity to listen to both different settings. But I'd say, yeah, let's try the other setting, and that way you can see the difference there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, this is setting number 2. And this is with no EQ or anything. I don't know, it's not that bad.
Well, if I had to pick between the two, and of course everybody has their own opinion and we all have different ears, me personally, I like how you sound on position 2 than I do position 1.
You know what, and I think you're absolutely right, and I think I'm going to leave it right here. I just want to make sure that people can hear me, because I'm not really going to run a lot of power or anything like that. Just a regular 100-watt station, but you sound absolutely phenomenal. What radio are you running?
Well, it's a brother of one of yours. This is the FTDX10 from Yaesu that we're running here in the shack. We have 2 of them. We have this one here. We have another one that we use as a backup or portable work. And we have this paired here in the shack with the Heil PR781 boom microphone. And of course, we have a little EQ set up inside the rig, and it seems to they seem to like each other fairly well. We've got some decent audio out of it, and no complaints so far. There, go ahead.
Well, the last time I heard audio that good, it was coming out of one of those flexes. So whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Well, that's nice of you to say. Again, no slouch. Now, I know several people who operate the 891. I had a chance to bench test one. We have an amateur radio store here in the metro, and almost pulled the trigger on it last year. The only complaint I heard, and maybe you can substantiate, claim it or not claim it, is when you want to change menus, it gives you a second or two and it goes back to default. That's one of the complaints I heard about it. Really tough if you're driving. I'd be kind of worried about that. But I was not aware that it had EQ or non-EQ. Are you telling me you have a setting for both of them?
Oh yes. You want to hear the EQ?
Well, I was just going to, not so much for me. I want you to hear it later on when you go to my channel and listen to our QSO. That way you can decide for yourself, David, how you want to do it.
Okay, well, I'm going to hit the EQ. I set the EQ up with some settings I saw on the internet, on a YouTube video. Well, somebody I subscribe to, I don't know. They just go automatically come up on my page. But I'm going to hit the EQ right now. And this is with the EQ on. And, I just put this regular settings that the gentleman put on in his video. And I don't know. I hope it sounds okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. You got EQ on. You're in position 2. Leave the EQ on. Let's go to position 1. Again, that way I can hear the difference, and then you can hear the difference later on.
Okay, well, this is position 1 with the EQ on.
Well, I'll tell you, here's what I hear. With the EQ on position 1, and I'm no audio expert, so take it for a grain of salt, I hear a little bit more fidelity. I hear some highs, and I hear the lows. You're talking about my audio. That's how you're starting to sound to me in my headset. Take it for what it's worth. But at least now you've done position 1, you've done position 2, you've done EQ on position 2, and then you just did EQ on position 1. So you've got 4 different settings you can go back and listen to, then you can decide what's worked best for you.
Wow, thank you so very much.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, isn't it? There's not much to it. And this is one of the great things I like about doing my live stream here on YouTube. We've done this now for about 13 months. And again, if we can help somebody, hey, great. But we have different topics we talk about. It's not about what I say. It's about what you guys bring to the table and so forth. I don't do 5.9 Q or Z, and you can't do 10 or 15-minute QSO. So we try to find a happy medium, David. And this is what it's about. I mean, it's hams helping hams there, Roger.
Roger. You know what? I'm going to go to your channel right now and subscribe. I'm pretty sure it's K0 red, white, blue, right?
Yeah, that's right. K0 RWB. You can go to QRZ to go to my page. I've got a link that goes right to it, or you can go right to YouTube. and go to the search bar and just type in my call. The channel will pull up. All my videos are dated. Of course, this one will say live, and there's about a 30-second delay in audio. I always tell people, just turn the volume off until we're done talking on the air, and then you can either pause it or go back to it and so forth. But I think you're either the second or the third contact in, so maybe, if you will fast forward to the 10 or 11-minute mark, somewhere around there, we'll probably be pretty close. But again, this is what it's all about. We're all trying to help each other. At least that's the way I always approach it. And, if it works for you, hey, great.
You know what? You have helped me out so much. I'm really, really pleased. I'm glad that I met you. And you know what? I'm definitely going to subscribe. Over.
Well, that's very nice of you. I appreciate that. I will, and of course, if you've already pulled the page up, it's probably too late. But the only downside is there's a video camera pointed at me, so you get to see my smiley face. But here's the other thing. The radio display that you see on the channel is my actual radio. So you'll get to see your own signal strength. Well, you can see the oscilloscope, which will show your audio wave pattern. So again, you can make adjustments kind of off of that and listen at the same time.
You know what? This is just absolutely amazing. I mean, you know what? Ham radio is finally getting digital and doing something digital and sideband at the same time. This is great. I love it.
Well, I'm not the one who invented this. I'm not the first one to do it, and it won't be the last. I had a lot of help in January of last year to kind of get where I'm at right now. And again, a lot of people have different channels and they have different things they're wanting to do. Mine is just kind of a conversation kind of thing. You call, you answer my CQ, whatever it is. I respond back to it. That means you've got something to say. Well, that's terrific. We have people that have contacted us multiple times, and we have I call them callers, first-time callers like yourself, and we hope you come back. If you get something out of it, hey, great. Again, it's not me. It's the other operators that call in. Some have great stories. They have experiences with different antennas or amplifiers or radios, and I encourage people to share that information. So, for instance, what we're doing tonight is upgrade. What's the upgrade that you're wanting to do next? And to get an idea what people are looking to do. That's kind of how we do this here, David.
That's absolutely amazing. I'm very, very happy that I managed to stumble across this.
Yeah, I heard the contact. Just stand by.
Definitely going to come back. I really appreciate what you're doing here.
Well, here's the thing, and I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. But honestly, for your audio, the only one that sounded a little dull to me, well, that's not a technical word, was when you first responded back in position 1. Position 2 was better, and when you hit the EQ, it certainly brightened it up, and it brightened up position 1 as well. But again, I don't know your voice near as good as you do, David. So you can listen to this. You can decide if you start making some changes inside the radio. Again, I don't really solicit this, but if you want to know when we're back again, just hit that little notification bell. When I go live, you'll get that through your phone or through the internet with YouTube, and you're welcome back anytime. And you say, hey, Randy, I tried something else. Can we see how that works? And that's what I want to do. Again, it's hams helping hams, because I've had a lot of help over the years, and we're just trying to do the same thing there, David.
Well, Randy, thank you so much. I'm just pleased beyond measure with this whole experience, and I'm looking forward to going to your channel and hearing myself later on. Thank you so much, K0, Red, White, and Blue from Whiskey 8 Yankee Golf 73. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, my pleasure, David. Again, I'm glad we were able to at least have a quick conversation. And I look forward to the next one. Again, don't hesitate if you hear us out there. By all means, give us a call. We try to be out here in the evenings on 40 meters. No particular spot. We're just looking for an open section of the band, and we'll call CQ. But I hope that will give you a little bit of insight on where you're at. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's bad at all. But if you want to make some changes, and you want to be able to see what they're kind of hear what they're like, feel free to come back anytime. So we'd be happy to pick up with you. So I'm glad you stood by. The Whiskey 3 kind of beat you there at first, but I'm glad you held on, and I'm really glad we had a chance to chat. And I look forward to the next one. So thanks for Pontiac, Michigan. Nice to hear you up there. First one tonight, of course. And I'm sure we'll have many opportunities, at least I hope so, here in 2022. So, again, if I can help or if you have any questions, I am good in QRZ. My email is good. If you got a question, I'd be happy to try to help you. Or we'll just do it back here on the air, and you give me some feedback yourself. You listen to it later. Tell me what you think. And if you happen to hear us again the next couple of nights, by all means, shoot back in there. And I'd like to see what you decided, what direction to go. So anyway, you take care, David. Thanks so much. Really enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next one. Whiskey 8 Yankee Golf up in Pontiac. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. You take care, my friend. Okay, the station a while ago, I think you said contact. If you're still there, sir, give me your call, please.
Yeah, Kilowatt. Alpha Romeo, running 17
I heard was it Alpha Romeo or Alpha Bravo station? I'm sorry, try it again.
Yes, it's Alpha Romeo.
Okay, I got the Alpha Romeo. What's the prefix, please?
Whiskey 7.
Whiskey 7 Alpha Romeo. Bob there, go ahead.
I'm running 17 watts. 1,000 MP.
You're running 17 watts out of a 1,000 MP, is that correct?
Roger. Yeah, okay. That's what I drive my Alpha amplifier with, which is not on. I just wanted to see if I could contact you, and for 17 watts, and you're great out here. You're 10 over 9 with beautiful audio. I listened to your whole conversation with the other gentleman, and you really sound good out here, Randy.
Well, for 17 watts, you're anywhere from 5.8 to 5.9. So I'd say, hey, I think that's great, and I think the band's in good shape as well. Keno, Oregon, is that correct?
Yeah, Roger, Randy, and I am running UE4 Alpha homemade quad.
Well, I would say it's certainly doing what it needs to for you. And you're the longest contact so far this evening, 1,470 miles as a straight line. So nice to see that the band we've now gone coast to coast in less than 25 minutes. So I would have to say I'm pretty excited that the band is in good shape tonight there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I want to let you know you were making it out there. I've got this center to stage in the southern end of it. That's just outside of Klamath Falls, if you're wandering down about 20 miles south of Klamath Falls. So anyway, I don't want to tag in, Randy. Just want to let you know that you have a wonderful audio, a very nice signal, and I was tickled to death that you were able to hear me on the 17 watts. So, hey, thanks, Randy. Have a wonderful day, and let me get out. I know there's others out there. So, Randy, wish you 73. Have a wonderful day, and we'll look for you again sometime. Maybe with power next time to make it a little easier on you hearing me. 73, Randy. Red, white, and blue. That's the easy one. That's our W0 red, white, and blue. That's all all the time, Brady. So forgive me for your call in the 7th character. But anyhow, thanks again for picking me up.
And yeah, no problems at all there. Hearing you on the 17 watts. Sometimes when you don't need it, you don't need it. The band's in good shape. It used to be you could talk around the world on 10 watts. When the bands were in good shape, and when they're not, you couldn't talk across the street. So that's just the way it works. But anyway, we certainly appreciate you giving us a call and standing by there, and while we were talking with the other station there. So hopefully it was worth it. I certainly enjoyed it. Nice to know that we can get into Oregon tonight. Hope we'll have a few motor contacts that direction as well. Again, feel free to chime in anytime you hear us out there, and we'll just see what's happening that night in particular. We'll see where we go. But anyway, I do appreciate it very much. Enjoy what's left of the Monday afternoon, and have a great week. And by all means, look for us again if you hear us out there. Whiskey 7 Alpha Radio. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, my friend. 7 trees.
Kilowatt Zero Radio, W0RCH, Colorado.
Yeah, let him clear first, guys. Let him clear first.
Charlie.
Yeah, I'd just like to give everybody a chance to clear. I appreciate it, guys. I'll try to get to all of you there. The Whiskey Zero station, if you give me the call again there in Colorado.
Yes, sir, and I do apologize if you are correct. The call is W0RCH. My name is Rich, and I'm located in Colorado. I'm IC 7300 with a PR 781 microphone. My interest right now, because I just got in and put it up, it's only 7 feet high along the fence line, an end-fed antenna. How copy? Over.
Well, you got to be running power if you're 10 over in my receive.
Well, I'm running 150 watts there. Over.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Well, hey, it's nice to hear you again. Let's see. Gosh, this Christmas Eve, last Christmas, I think we were probably overdue. So how are things down in Fountain?
Oh, getting along, singing along. Man, I'm getting along singing my song, but listen, I'm home now. I went in for a physical. Everything's fine until it got to the blood pressure, and the blood pressure was 288 over 180.
Well, I have a feeling that's probably not good, and I'm sure they've got some way to correct that for you.
Oh, yes, sir. And, you know, we're military retired. The white eldest military retired. She's a nurse also, and she's saying, hey, I think you just need to just retire totally and play with your hobby. But anyway, yeah, they do correct it with medicine and your correct diet, and the numbers are definitely dropping. I mean, this morning I woke up with 139 over 97, so it's definitely dropping. The next appointment is on the 30th of March, so I guess I'll be home until then. But other than that, let's go back to the antenna. I'm excited.
No, you should be. For that height, you know, I think that's awesome. I will have to say this though, it appears so far, we've been out here for less than 30 minutes. We have gone from New Jersey to just Keno, Oregon. So, you know, sitting here in Kansas City, that, you know, we're hitting coast to coast. So one, the band's in good shape, but you've got a great signal to go with it. So I'd say everything is lined up for you.
Well, thank you, bro, and it has been a while. When it gets warmer, I intend to get this thing up at least about 40, 50 feet and bring it down in a sloper from that side and then recheck and see how things go. But until then, we have snow outside and it's cold. I'm going to stay inside.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? You know, I had this conversation several times, but most recently last week. And I just tell people this time of year is yo-yo weather. You know, it's up and down. Last Wednesday we had 87 degrees. Tuesday it was 75 or 77. Actually did a portable portable live stream with a wildlife preserve not too far from us. It was such a nice day. I wanted to play radio and be outside. And then we're like you. We got a little bit of sleet and snow last night. Not to give everybody the weather report, but yeah, it's cold again, and it's going to be like that through the weekend. So one of these days, and you know this, you've been out there long enough, and I lived there for 11 years, we're going to complain about the rain and the snow, how cold, and you're going to get up one morning, and it's going to be 65 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to have a high of 77 and sun, and that's why you live in Colorado there, Roger.
You know me well. You know me well, big bro. Okay. Hey, God bless you. Numbers around the house. Love you, man. Health and welfare to everybody on the band, on this frequency. Oh, man. I hope we have many more contacts. It has been a while. God bless you. W0RCH, back to you.
Oh, no problem at all. Yeah, it just took me a minute. There was a few other stations in there that were calling at the same time, and so I was getting bits and pieces. I always like to make sure that I get them correct, so we get everybody in the log, especially for people who are wanting to become a regular. You're already past that point. We've had many QSOs, and it's always fun when you and I have a chat, because we have a certain kind of background, and we're not going to say it here, but you and I know what it is. And we certainly know that location and that area as well. So it's really easy for you and I to sit here and we could probably talk for hours and not cover the same subject twice. So that's the cool thing about this. And it's always nice to hear you. And you know, it's just amazing just how time flies. I've said it over and over again. We had a lot of contacts during the Christmas time when we did the special event. And here we are, you know, the second week of March. It's like, well, where'd the time go? And when you get those opportunities to have those contacts again, I cherish those because you never know when our next one's going to be. So we always have something something to say. That's the way I look at it. So, but anyway, hey, nice to hear you. I'm glad things are going well. Yeah, keep that blood pressure in check, my friend. We want to keep you around a while. We need some operators in your neck of the woods there. So it sounds to me like you're on the right track there, and you've got a good support system there as well. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, as always, if you hear us there again, give us a call. But yeah, I'm really stoked to see how well that antenna's working at that low height. It'd be amazing once you get it up in the air. And I'd like to get a chance to have a chat with you when you get there. So just kind of let us know, keep us in the loop there, as they say, and we'll see how things go in the future. But nice to have a chance to chat with you this evening here on Monday. And as always, we'll look forward to the next one. But we'll say 7-3s and see if we can get a couple others while we've got some time this evening. But always nice to hear you, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Whiskey Zero, Radio Charlie Hotel out in Fountain. That's Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo. Have a good night, my friend.
Yes, sir. 7-3s. God bless you. And we will be coming back around real soon. W0RCH is clear. Microphone returned to you, sir.
All right. You take care, my friend. Take care. Okay, this is Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo. QRZ, do you have any other stations, please? Come with your call. Okay, the Kilo 9 station again?
Kilo, Niner, Charlie, Victor, Oscar, over.
Hey, Ken, how you doing? I always like it when you slow down and do that. Are you back home?
Yes, sir, I am back home. I am home and got my feet up there. QSL?
Well, fine business, so I'm glad to hear it. Did you get some weather last week that would have maybe gotten you on the motorcycle?
No, we got some weather this week that may have gotten me on the motorcycle, but my motorcycle is in storage, and I won't be seeing that till April. There's no sense of getting out there and all of the salt and all of that stuff like that there, QSL.
Oh, I'm surprised. Yeah, well, I would have thought, we're not that far away. We were mid-70 on Tuesday and 87, a new record on Wednesday. I would have thought maybe over the weekend or so that would have maybe gone your direction, but maybe it went a little bit south of you. We're back in the cold and sleet and snow last night, so winters showed up again for this week.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it showed up. We just had one nice day. That was Saturday. It was around 60, maybe 65. The sun was out, and man, it was a beautiful day. And after that, everything went downhill there at QSL.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those days. Of course, this weekend coming up, we're going to get an extra hour, and that kind of helps fill the void. Even if we don't get the temperatures, but we'll get an extra hour of daylight. That certainly helps a little bit. So, hey, real quick, the question of the night, or whatever you want to call it, would be upgrade. What upgrades are you looking at doing next? I know there were a couple you talked about before, but I didn't know if you had anything currently in the works.
Roger on that there. Well, I would say probably getting my antenna up a little higher, getting my antenna up just a little bit. But I don't know if I want to mess with it or not because I'm, kind of restricted, and it's getting out pretty well right now. So I really don't know what to do there. QSL? Well,
every time you and I talk, you're generally 10, sometimes even 20 over. But, we're less than 400 miles away, so that's not too terrible here on 40. If it was on some of the other bands, 20 on up, we'd be flying over top of each other. But, yeah, it's just, what is 5 feet going to do for you? What is 10 feet going to do to you? Is it going to give you some additional exposure with people in the neighborhood? Could that cause an issue? So, yeah, I can certainly understand the dilemma you got to deal with.
Yep, and throughout all of that, I think I'm fine right where I'm at. I am fine right where I'm at. I got a little technology. Well, it's a Commander technology, 2500, and it would allow me to just about do whatever I want to do there. QSL?
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand that. And I think a lot of us are in that same boat. We want to get better performance. We want to get the max we can out of the equipment, the antenna. I thought about the same way what you're thinking. The antenna's working. Do I bother taking a chance to move it move it up, change the angle of the, the inverted V or whatever. And I'd like, well, it's working. I'm not going to mess with it. And that's kind of where I've been. I've got some other upgrades that we're looking at doing in the shack versus the antennas I'm fairly comfortable with, but stuff in the shack, from time to time you'd like to do for upgrades and whatever. So we thought that would make a good question of the night. Of course, you've been here before. You kind of know what we do here. And that's what I'd get your take on it, because I know you and I have talked about some of the things you'd looked at doing last year, and I was just curious if you had anything going on this year. So, yeah, like I said, it could be a catch-22. You get it up a few more feet, and maybe it gives you another half or 1S unit versus what you have right now, but then you may have some exposure from the neighborhood. Don't know if I'd want to have that to deal with either there, Roger.
Yeah, you got that right on the head. I think I'm more worried about the exposure in the house. Talking about the sweet one, so I think I'm just gonna let that lay and just kind of just do what I've been doing there. QSL.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I certainly understand that. Well, just focus on the motorcycle. That's coming. there you go. Take some of those. I wish I would have, and move that to energy toward the bike. And have some really good rides this spring and summer. That might be the way to do it there, Roger.
Yep, you got that right. You definitely can't do everything out there. And I realize who I am and what I'm about, and I want to just kind of lay low and fly up under the radar there, QSL.
Yeah, well, again, I've never had any issue. Any time that you've called and you and I've had a chance to chat, we've always had a good connection between us. And I don't, if at least for me, I don't ever have a problem hearing you. So, depending on what the lobes are at and at what kind of configuration you've got the antenna, maybe there's some areas where it doesn't quite, have the power that it does between you and I. And I'm that way as well. I know that. And, you work it the best you can and take it for what it is. And if you can change things later on without causing a lot of stir, maybe to something to look at. But I'm kind of like you. My stuff is working now. I'm leaving everything outside alone. It all works pretty well, so we don't have to worry about it. Hey, Ken, nice to hear you. It's been a while, of course. Some of it's been our fault, and some of it has been, 2022. So, but I know we talked, maybe it was a week and a half ago, whatever it was, but always enjoy every time you chat back in there. And I always know it's you, the way you repeat your call. So I had a feeling it was you, but you always have fun having a chat with you. As I said in one of the other stations as well out in Colorado, lots of things we could talk about, but we just kind of run short of time. But hopefully one of these days we'll have an opportunity to talk more about some stuff. So, well, I'm hoping you're doing well, you and the missus and the family, and hope you enjoy what's the rest of your Monday. I know got a long week ahead for some folks. And as always, as I said before, feel free to come back anytime. Always enjoy having a chance to chat with you, and I certainly look forward to next time around because we always have something new to talk about. Enjoy the rest of your night. Oh, nice to hear you, Ken. I do appreciate it, and nice to know that you're out there and lurking with that big signal. You always got a good signal here. You take care, my friend. Always nice to hear you. Kilo 9, Charlie Victor Oscar, up in the Chicagoland area. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Ken. Have a good one.
Roger, my friend. You take care out there, and you and the missus take care as well. K9CVO, clear.
All right, buddy. Take care. QRZ, any other stations, please? Okay, there's a few stations. The only thing I was able to pull out, the other station in Colorado, try it again if you would, please.
Yes, sir. Good to hear you again, Randy. No war, November 0, Whiskey Alpha Romeo, Aaron here in peaceful Loveland, Colorado. I'm watching your live stream right now.
Hey, Aaron. Well, good evening. Nice to hear you again. I think the band is doing really well into Colorado. We've had another contact just south of you, just south of the Springs there in Fountain. Of course, along the Front Range. I'm sure you're familiar with it. And we've already been out to Oregon as well, and then on the East Coast. So, where I'm sitting, we're going coast to coast. Everybody's got great signals. The one in Oregon was on 17 watts. So, yeah, this is a good night. So, how are things happening up there in Loveland?
Oh, my God. You have a beautiful signal here, Randy. So, yeah, I'm on one of the Flex remote sites on the Step IR vertical. And I'm looking at the entire 40-meter band, and it is packed. So it is rocking. So I won't hold it long here. I've yapped with you a couple of times, but yeah, I'm a subscriber to you on YouTube, and I'm Shutter Mafia on YouTube. And I do some live streams, but your setup is beautiful. So yeah, I just wanted to say hi, see if I can get in here on your YouTube video and give a quick hi. Upgrades, oh God, I'm completely towerless now. I got 2 Roam 25Gs, tilt-over towers with house brackets, the big ones. I got a Mosley 4-element beam, brand new, that I'd love to put back up here. We were thinking of moving back to Nebraska. So I've had 2 or 3 towers here at the shack here in Loveland. A buddy of mine talked me out of one. I put another one back up, chopped it down. I'd love to put up another one, but I have 2 HF stations here at the shack with no tower. So that would be my only upgrade, but heck, I have access to 3 different Flex remote HF sites. So I'm on my iPad right now. Sorry if the audio's a little hot. I've got reports of that. So now I'm living the dream. I'm spoiled freaking rotten in the ham radio world. One of my other handles is hamradiofreak@gmail.com. So yeah, oh my God, I'm loving every minute of it, Randy, and I'm loving your setup and whatever you got going.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, you're killing it here with your signal, so I won't hold it up. I'm sure there's lots of other people that want to say hi to you.
People do what they do.
He's from the War Shack, 0WAR.
Okay, Aaron. Hey, thanks for the updates there. And yeah, it sounded good. I think we talked with last week, and understand the remote setup you've got going on there with the computer. Yeah, the audio's okay. It's not bad, and of course you can hear it for yourself. But I'm glad you did take the time to give a shout. Nice to hear you. I know there's others in there as well, and we'll see if we can work a few of those while we have some time tonight. But as I said, I think the first time we talked, please feel free to come back anytime you hear us, and I'm glad you did. And I certainly look forward to the next one. Yeah, hope things go well. As I was telling the other operator down in Fountain, one of these days the weather's going to break and wake up. It's going to be 65 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to have a great, wonderful day. I'm looking forward to those, of course, and hopefully everybody else gets those as well. So thanks as always, Aaron. I look forward to our next one. Let's see if I got it right. We got one more contact, and then you'll be a regular here in my log. We'll have all the perks and benefits, of course, and we'll have a big party, throw confetti in your name. So look forward to it. So anyway, hey, enjoy the rest of the evening. Thanks again for being out there, and do appreciate your support there as well. You take care, my friend, and I know we'll talk again soon. November 0 Whiskey Alpha Radio, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Aaron.
Roger, 73, Randy.
Okay, you take care. Let's see real quick. I had somebody just give me a little heads up here. If Wisconsin is out and about, November 9, India Hotel Charlie. Let's see if we can get a hold of Jeff is up there. November 9, India Hotel Charlie, up in the Milwaukee area, K0RWB. Are you there, Jeff?
November 9, India Hotel Charlie here. Been listening to your streaming here and your radio. Have a pretty nice conversation going on here. And you're talking about audio, and I just got some new audio equipment for my radio. I thought I would see what you thought of it. Maybe spin your beam a little bit north as well.
Well, I wish I could, but that old dipole is awful hard to swing around, so we're just going to leave it where it is. Hey, Jeff, thanks for giving us a heads up there. And yeah, I think you've got I've got your page pulled up here. Let everybody see your beautiful pictures. What microphone or what audio have we done?
So my brother-in-law was nice enough to send me a late Christmas present, I'll call that. He sent a preamp and a XLR microphone, and I've just been kind of tweaking the volume here and adjustments on the 7300.
Well, it sounds good in my receive. I've got a little bit of noise on the band here, just between us here all at once. Of course, we're not that far away, so that would be understandable. But the signal's 5.7, 5 and 8, but no problems hearing you. The audio has a really nice tone to it. What they call it, fidelity, little highs, lows, mids, everything mixed in there. I'd say you're there.
Well, that's good to know. You're right at my noise level. You're about 5.556. You were plus 20 about 10-15 minutes ago, but it sounds like the band changed a little bit. This particular preamp has a lot of adjustments for the tonal quality coming into the radio, so I'm trying the warm level right now. This is a Studio tube preamplifier. It's supposed to make your voice nice and warm. I hope it is making my voice warm for you there. Plus, I've tweaked a couple of the settings in the 7300 with mic gain. So if I'm dialed in, it sounds pretty good, except for when you're trying to break those pile-ups during the contest, like last weekend.
Yeah, that's a little tough. You know, of course, I'm not sure how many different settings that you can save on the SD card. I've got about 4 or 5 different settings here, depending on what the circumstances is. But yeah, for busting the pile-ups or contests, you want it narrowed, and we can get all the power going out to it and so forth. So, but no, I think it sounds good for calling in. It's a very, like you said, it is a very nice round audio, and I'd say you're doing quite well with it.
Oh, Roger. All right, well, I will keep you up here. You're right at my noise level here, but I wanted to hear what you thought, because you've had a pretty good signal when we first started the live stream here, but started to go downhill when the band started shifting over here. Like I said, you're going to have to move that dipole. Get out there and do that really quick. I got to kick out some of the guys. They'll spin the beam around, and then they'll definitely hold the signal. So I'll let you get to the next guy, but thanks for your input. Maybe I'll check you out next time you're streaming, and we'll get a stronger signal from you up here in Wisconsin. So the K0RWB, November 9, India Hotel Charlie, 73 Wisconsin.
Okay, Jeff. Hey, thanks a lot, and you found the back door. So I'm glad that we were able to get a quick little conversation. Yeah, I wish it was in better shape. You just never know. That's the good and bad about 40 meters, and hopefully that won't be what's happening the rest of the night. We'll see how it goes. But glad we got a quick chat, and yeah, I appreciate you checking in, and nice to hear again as always. And look forward to the next one as well. November 9, India Hotel Charlie up in the Milwaukee area. That's Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Jeff. 73s. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please? Come with the call.
November Kilowatt, Colorado.
Okay, the Kilowatt station, please.
Kilo Zero Alpha Kilowatt K0 AKK. Seems like you're hitting Colorado pretty well. You're moving right up the range. I'm in Fort Collins, which is north of Loveland, and just heard the chatter. Thought I'd jump in.
Well, I'm glad you did. I assume that you go by Steve. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, I had some QRM. Can you say again?
No, I'm just, I assume that you go by Steve or you go by Steven?
Steve, go by Steve. Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo, and I'm running all 1965 gear, Swan 350 and a Heathkit HA14. And so my audio processor is pretty much how close I talk to the mic.
Well, yeah, 5.9 to plus 10. So, yeah, very, very good. Yeah, we have been up and down the Front Range. Centennial, Fountain. Now, is it really Fort Collins? Is it Windsor? Because I know the difference.
Oh, well, if you know the difference, yeah, I'm across the way there. In Windsor is my area code, but I'm still in Larimer County, but I'm right on the edge.
Yeah, you're on the other side of I-25. Well, I have family in Fort Collins and spent 11 years in the Springs, 3 in Denver, so we've got the Front Range covered.
Well, very good. Well, I appreciate the contact. This is the third contact on a new antenna. I used this rig with a I like the old 1960s stuff, so I got 60s D104, and I've got the newest thing in the radio chain is the R5, and I love that thing. I bought a new old stock one, have it on the back porch, about 8 foot in the air. This is just a whip with a couple raised counterpoise, and running about 500 watts on a good day, somewhere in there. And you're the third contact since I put the in for the weekend.
Well, I feel honored. That's great. Yes, the audio, again, I am no expert. I'm never claimed to be, and it may sound weird, but it's right in front of you, if that makes any sense. I mean, it's not drifting. It's not in the background. It's right in front of you, very easy to listen to. So, and I've said this many times, and other people out there have probably heard me say it, but, the radios, transceivers, they have no idea how old they are. They're designed to transmit and receive. Now, some of the newer ones may do things a little different, or maybe a little bit different, maybe sound a little better, or what have you, but by and large, they're designed to do those two things. And no matter what age they are, if they're dialed in right, they all sound terrific there. Go ahead.
I agree. Well, I mean, I got these things as kind of relics. I went through and recapped them, changed some stuff out. A lot of stuff was ratty, and got that stuff taken care of. And then the HA14 is it's a mobile amp, and so I built handmade a power supply for it that it could sit on top of. And it's just fun to make the old stuff work. Then you go to the Hamfest and you can buy little bits and pieces that are correct for the the motif. That's not really the circuit. You're correct for the circuit, and it works, and I get just a big kick out of it. I got newer radios and other stuff that I take out and do other things with it. But my favorite thing is to try to fire it up, and in the winter, it's a good shack warmer.
I was just going to say, that'd be really good about keeping the feet warm. No doubt. Well, I'm not sure how long you've been standing by. I appreciate it. Again, anytime we have a chance to talk up and down the Front Range or in Colorado in general, we always enjoy it because we know the areas and maybe can relate somewhat. We are live. I have a YouTube channel. We're actually live right now on the YouTube channel. If you're curious yourself to see what it sounds like over the air, since you said it's only the third contact, you can go to my channel, which is my call. There's a link on my QRZ page, or go right to YouTube. Just put in my call. Look for the video. All my videos are dated. Of course, this one will say live here today or tonight. And probably around 50 minutes in. I don't have timestamps, so you just kind of have to fast forward a little bit, but I might give you an idea. If you're interested in listening, what it actually sounds like, my radio display is on the channel, so you can actually see your own signal strength. You can look at the oscilloscope. You can look at your audio wave pattern and so forth, and you can be the judge and see how good it sounds yourself there, Roger.
I love that story. That's great. I will do that. You are the human SDR remote.
Well, I don't know about that, but I will say that I've listened to the Utah SDR myself. I always thought there was something that just wasn't quite there. I checked in with an operator who does a live stream as well. Everybody knows Alex down in Florida, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. And I stumbled across him a year ago, and he was doing this as well. And again, I thought it sounded great in the headphones, got good reports. And then when I listened to the playback, I go, oh, that just sounds terrible. And I started making my own changes. I'm not assuming that you need to do that. That's what I had to do. And, you know, it seemed to be about as close as what you actually heard live being recorded. So I decided we would do this ourselves, and I think people are enjoying it. We're having a great time with it, and if somebody gets something out of it, I think that's great.
Oh, well, it's fantastic. I love it. I used to live in Olathe, Kansas, and you know your way around. I'm sure you know where that is. And I used to shop down at Associated Radios back in the day. I lived there in the 90s. So anyway, I'll let you go. I know there's other folks want to play around and say hi and all that, but I really do appreciate the QSO, and a great number 3. I'll put it that way. Best number 3 QSO I've ever had. How about that? Have a good day. Kilo Alpha Zero. That's what it all called. Kilo Zero Alpha Kilowatt. K0KK. Have a good one.
Well, thank you, Steve. And yeah, congrats on the third contact, whatever what it's worth. But I enjoyed it. Hope you did as well. And as I said, nice to hear you from Windsor. Come on, you're on the other side of I-25. But I understand you'd have to say Fort Collins, because then they'd go, huh? I do the same thing here. I'm 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. So if I told you the town, you'd shake your head and you'd say, what did he say? So we'll leave it at that. Hey, enjoy the rest of your night. Nice to hear you. Please come back anytime you hear us. Love to reconnect with you. We'll just kind of have a quick chat and see what's going on in your world, and then kind of go from there. But I do appreciate you calling this evening. I'm glad we had a chance to talk with you. So you take care and have a great week coming up. Kilo Zero Alpha Kilo in Windsor, Colorado. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Have a good night. 7-3. Okay, let's see. I know there's stations out there. I got another heads up here to see if maybe Connecticut is in there. Hopefully the band hasn't dropped on us too much. Let's see if we can get a hold of the Connecticut station. November 1 Sierra Echo Papa. November 1 Sierra Echo Papa. Steve, you got a copy here on K0RWB?
QSL K0RWB. K0RWB. You got it right. The name is Steve. I've got a very good copy on you here in Connecticut. I'll give you a report in a minute. Over.
Well, you came in much better than I anticipated, Steve. We had a little more of a difficult copy a while ago with my station up in Milwaukee. Was hoping that was just momentary, but no problems at all with you. 1,120 miles straight line, so I'd say we're doing okay there. Go ahead.
I definitely agree with that. You've been as high as about 15 over, really kind of peaking at 20 over. Right now you're at 5.9, which I'm definitely not going to complain about at all. I just kind of was going by and listening to what you're doing, and then I picked up on the YouTube, so I popped that on, and I just wanted to say, I think it's pretty cool what you're doing there, Randy, and I figured I'd give a quick hello. Over.
Well, I'm glad you did, and you've certainly found the back door, haven't you?
Well, apparently I did, so I have tried that. And I'm not going to take up much time because I'm actually going to go QRT in a few and probably hit the rack in about a half an hour. Got to get up at 4 in the morning. So I appreciate you letting me get in there, and I'll definitely look for you in the future a little bit earlier. So without holding it, K0RWB, very good to meet you, and 7-3, sir. Good night. This is November 1, Sierra Echo Papa.
Well, the pleasure's all mine, and thank you so much. I know you have been standing by for a while. I do apologize for that, but the time just kind of gets away from you and so forth. But I'm glad that you were able to hear me. I'm glad I called, and we just tells you we keep an eye on the live chat as we're watching all the different things going on. We try to respond as quickly as we can to the live chat as well while we're doing this. So we did see that, and we wanted to make sure we'd get a chance to get back to you. We've also got a listener in from East Germany who's actually watching us on the live stream as well, which is pretty cool. So we want to thank him for doing that. So, but again, feel free to come back anytime. Nice to get a chance to chat with you. And I think you're kind of south and west of New Haven, if the logger's correct. So nice little distance between us, and you sound really good here on 40. Looks like the band's in good shape again. I'd like to think so. So anyway, I do appreciate it very much. Enjoy what's left of your Monday, And we'll be back out of here again in the next couple of evenings. So if you hear us again, give us a call, and we'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. I do appreciate it. Steve, enjoy the rest of your evening. November 1, Sierra Echo Papa. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. 7 trees. Okay, QRZ, we have any other stations, please? Come with the call.
Kilo 8, Oscar Lima Victor from Michigan.
Okay, Michigan, Kilo 8, something Victor.
I'm sorry, Kilo 8, Oscar Lima Victor from Southeast Michigan.
Well, Jeff, we like Southeast Michigan. We like Central Michigan. We like Northern Michigan. No problem at all. Good evening. Thanks for giving us a call. We were able to pull you out there quite easily. I haven't done this for a while. I can make sure everybody knows what's going on. Our name here is Randy, and the QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. There, go ahead.
I'm sitting I'm right on Lake Erie, about 15 miles from the Ohio border right now, and I've got you at a strong 5.7 to 5.9 on my brand new Yaesu FT-DX10 radio that I'm trying to figure out how to use.
Well, you just keep talking, my friend, and we'll get it squared away. I own 2 of them. I'm on one right now. So if you think this sounds good in the receive, we can make yours sound just like it.
On this end, you sound great. I don't even have, it's interesting, I don't even have my DNR on right now. I've just got you at 6 dB on attenuation, the IPO on, and 3 kilohertz on the filter, and you're loud and clear.
Okay, hey, real quick, do you have the mic EQ on or off?
That's a good question. I probably need to go to the functions section to figure out whether I do or not. Hold on for a minute.
Yeah, been there, done that. That's all right. The clock is ticking, but you've got time.
Okay, thank you for that. My mic EQ is off.
It is Oscar Foxtrot, or it's Oscar November?
Oscar Foxtrot.
Okay, let's put it on.
It is on.
Okay. And then the next thing I want you to do is tell me the mic gain setting, the process setting, and the AMC setting.
I have my mic gain setting is at 30.
Now the processor.
My processor level is actually off.
Okay, and the AMC.
The AMC level is at factory settings. It's set to 50.
Yep, leave the AMC alone. Go back to process and put it at 20.
Stand by.
Just something we're going to play with, because I want you to go back later and listen, because you know we're live on the YouTube channel. I want you to hear the differences as we're doing this, and then you can decide if the way it's sounding is what you want to get to, or if you don't like it, you can go back from scratch. But at least this way, you can kind of tell from when you first called me till I asked you to make a couple of small adjustments, and then you can decide, you know, if it's worthwhile, if it sounds better for you. So let's put the processor at 20. And I hope I didn't lose you. Well, I hope we didn't end up on a different band or a different frequency. We'll give it a couple of seconds or two, and then we may have to move on and come back around to you. Don't want to do that, but want to leave other people hanging with the time we've got here. So let's give it a second here or two and see if you're back in there, Jeff. Well, I'm going to make a note here, and if he comes back in, or I'll make a note to call back again, we'll do that. Don't like to leave other stations out there hanging. That's wouldn't be a good thing. Hopefully you get it fixed. Hope it's something minor. Maybe you're back there or not, but we're going to move on here real quick, and then we'll come back around. I'll give it a couple minutes, and maybe I'll call back out for you. So we'll see what happens. K0 RWB QRZ.
November 2, Lima X-ray Lima.
November 2 station, please.
November 2, Lima X-ray Lima.
November 2, Lima X-ray Lima. Bob, good evening.
Good evening, Randy. How are you tonight?
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it'd be this busy. Otherwise, I may have not have got on the air. But it is great. If you just jumped on, we've been coast to coast so far this evening. We've been out here just a little over an hour. So, yeah, I think the band it's really been a lot of fun, and everybody's had great signals. So, what's happening over there on the coast?
Not a whole lot. It was a pretty nice day, but now it's clouded up and a lot of wind, so I guess we're going to get something tonight. But at least it was in the 60s today, so that's a good thing. I mean, spring is just around the corner. Other than that, nothing new and exciting. Just heard you out there, wanted to jump in and say hello. I think we talked either a week or 2 weeks ago, so remembered you and thought I'd jump in and say hi.
No, I'm glad you did. We've had some what I call first-time callers, which is really kind of cool, and we've had a lot of people we spoke before, including yourself, which I certainly enjoy. Again, lots of other things you could be doing on the radio, other bands, nets and whatever else, and you're taking the time to come by and say hi to me. Well, I really appreciate that. It's kind of cool that you guys are willing to do that, guys and girls, I should say. And we certainly appreciate it, and we enjoy it. It's always nice to get a chance to reconnect, no matter where you guys are at. So that's kind of a cool thing. So real quick, the question title tonight, do you have any upgrades you're thinking of doing, and what's next for you?
Some antenna work. I have a 43-foot vertical that I want to get up in the yard, so a few more weeks for the weather and maybe get working on that. Other than that, that's about it. My station's pretty set the way it is. Just got to do some better antennas.
Yeah, I think we all do that. And of course, there's, as before, there's no right or wrong answer. Everybody thinks do a little difference. I'd like to think that I'm fairly okay on antennas. I think this antenna, it's an inverted V, but it's in a really weird configuration. I mean, one arm is leading toward Washington State and the other one's down toward Southern California. And it's not, it's not the traditional. It seems to work okay, but we have areas where it kind of drops a little bit. So we've kind of maybe considered doing that. But 6 through 20 with the hex beam, we're not going to touch that, of course. And we've got we've got an antenna that works okay for 75 and 80 meters and 160. But this one is kind of in between. Since we do a lot here on 40 meters, maybe it's something we're going to look at, but we really haven't put our finger on it. We're looking at doing a few changes and upgrades here in the shack, but we'd like to think the antennas are okay. But again, some people are wanting to make some changes. And maybe you get that itch. I get that from time to time, and some people are wanting to stand pat. So, like I said, there's really no wrong answer.
Yep, roger that. Well, whatever you're doing out there is working fine because you got a real nice signal in New Jersey as you did last time we spoke. And I'm using an inverted V myself right now, but it's way too low to the ground. But I'm height challenged here with having no trees in the yard, so I did what I could. But maybe the vertical will work a little better. I don't know, but this works pretty well. For 15 years, I've used attic antennas, and they've worked very well. So can't complain. Anyway, I won't hold it, Randy. I know you get others out there and let you grab them. So good hooking up with you again. Thanks for what you do with the YouTube channel. It's always great to be able to go and hear yourself and see your signal on your radio. So that's a really nice thing. And we'll look for you again, my friend. So have a great evening. November 2, Lima X-ray Lima.
Yeah, my pleasure, Bob. Nice to hear you as always. And again, anytime you get a 1,000-mile contact, I think that's pretty cool. We're basically 1,065, somewhere around there. We've had one a little bit longer this evening, but like I said, coast to coast. It's been really awesome here on 40, so hopefully it'll continue to be that way. I do appreciate you calling in. Nice to hear you as always, and I know you'll be back. At least I hope you do anytime you hear us out there, and I'm glad we could pick you out here this evening. So enjoy what's left of the Monday, and I know we'll talk again soon. November 2, Lima X-ray Lima. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again. Take care. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please? Come with the call.
November 4, Mike Yankee Zulu.
Daniel in North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. Let's hear the call again, please.
Kilo Bravo 4 Delta Kilo Whiskey, Daniel, North Carolina.
Oh, I love the call, too, Daniel. Nice to hear you. North Carolina, first one tonight. Kilo Bravo 4, Kilo Delta Kilo Whiskey. My apologies. I always like to repeat them to make sure I get it correctly in the log. Good evening. Thanks for giving us a call. Again, the name here is Randy. QTH is 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. There, go ahead.
Roger, Randy. Yeah, I've talked to you before. I just adjusted the modulation or the bass. I gave my microphone a little bit more bass, so hopefully it sounds better than it had before. So I'll go back and watch the video on YouTube and see. But appreciate you doing it. Yeah, I had a lot of fun over the weekend. I guess I talked to New Zealand and to the rare one to get Indonesia and during the DX contest, and it was a lot of fun. And but this radio held up pretty good. But I appreciate what you're doing, and it's a good thing. Back to you.
Well, I appreciate it, and yeah, I thought the call was familiar. You know, you kind of get rolling. I've got 3 different screens going on and different things happening, trying to make sure we get the calls correctly. And this is number 3, so you know you got 1 more to go. And looking forward to. Here's the thing: when you're keying up, the needle's not moving. I mean, you're dead set 5.9, sometimes a little over. So that just tells me again, the equipment's working like it should. We've got good propagation, no complaints. And yeah, I think it sounds good, but you know how this works. You go back and listen to yourself. You make those changes if you want, and so forth. And we're just glad to do it. I mean, we're just having so much fun with this that I'm hoping others are as well. And as I said before, you guys like it. I'll just keep doing it. I think it's a great time, and I'm just having a ball with it there, Roger.
Well, I heard that. Well, it's been a lot of fun for me. I've had this radio for over a year now, and and really just sitting down trying to learn about it. And for me, in this ICOM Pro 3, 756 Pro 3, there's a setting that you can set the treble and bass in it. So I found it and learned how to do it. And the fellow that had this radio that I bought it from has a very bassy voice, so he turned the bass down and turned up the treble. And I'm the opposite. I need more bass and less treble. So there you go. But anyway, well, I just turned on YouTube and saw you were on there, jumped in here, cranked up the radio, and thought I'd give you a shout. And yeah, I heard California in there too, so that's conditions are pretty good.
Yeah, they really are. And I think, you know, a lot of the time it's going over top of me right now, but as the evening goes on, I'll start hearing a lot more West Coast stations, you know, than probably what you guys are, because they're just jumping over me right now. But, you know, it's just the way it works, and it's fairly consistent that way, which is totally fine with me. So we'll work them when we can hear them. I know there's a few others out there, and we want to try to get back to our other operator that's on the FTDX10. Hopefully he had a minor glitch that we got repaired, so we're going to see if we can get back with him here in a minute. But nice to hear you this evening, Dan. I do appreciate you taking the time, and thanks for the kudos and your support there. And looking forward to number 4. And we're gonna have a big party in your name. I'm gonna throw all kinds of confetti. It might take me a week to clean it up, but anyway, hey, enjoy the rest of your evening, my friend. Nice to hear you. Like I said, first one in North Carolina. That's really good though, because you got good signal. So I'm really impressed with the band. Hey, you take care as always. You and yours be safe and be well, and we'll certainly look forward the next time. Hopefully a lot sooner than later. So we'll say 7-3s. Kilo Bravo 4 Delta Kilo Whiskey. Down in Lenore, North Carolina. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you. Take care.
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I got a unique antenna. It's a G5RV, but it's I have an inverted V, and it's about 60 feet above the creek that's behind my house. And I'm, you know, in Florida, we learned the ground here. If you have a water source somewhere, you run your ground wire to it, and so my ground system is a copper wire that runs.
Kilowatt Norway 4 Victoria Alpha Zulu.
So it's probably the best ground ever.
Yeah, stand by.
But it works. For me to talk to Indonesia was just blew my mind pretty easily. So I'm doing 100 watts. And take care, my friend. Always a pleasure. Have a great night. Everyone out there too listening. This is KB4DKW back to net control.
Yeah. No worries. I understand. Thanks again, and take care. And we'll look for you again, no doubt. We'll go ahead and clear with him. Let's see real quick if our new FTDX-10 is available. Kilo 8 Oscar Lima Victor. Are you in there? We'll try it again. Kilo 8 Oscar Lima Victor. Hopefully he got his radio issue rectified. We'll try it again. I hate to leave people hanging like that, but we can't let the dead air move there. So we'll try it again and see if he's in there. Kilo 8 Oscar Lima Victor. No, nothing heard there. So the other station I think I heard was a Kilo November 4 question mark Alpha Zulu.
Roger, it's kilowatt November 4 Victoria Alpha Zulu.
Well, that one's easy enough to remember. Jeff, Kilo November 4 Victor Alpha Zulu. Thanks for giving us a call. Again, the name here is Randy, just outside of Kansas City, Missouri. There, go ahead. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Jeff. There's like certain parts right now around the country that we're not getting in real well. Milwaukee was really tough a while ago, and you're kind of at the same area. I'm not sure if it's not really, if the band's not working too short necessarily. We're not having any issues a little bit farther out, but we were able to hear you pretty good in that last go round. You were kind of in the noise. I'm sure I'm there as well. I'm hoping it's momentarily, and we'll both come back up again there. Go ahead.
QSL, yeah. It came up to about a 5.7 in the middle of that, and then started to go back out. Now I've got a splatter from up.
Hearing you know, again, we got a little bit of bacon frying, but you know, other than that, we were able to get you again about 5 and 7. And looks like our third contact. I wish it was a better one, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it takes us and gives us away. Hopefully we'll have a better contact the next go around, but I will unfortunately move on. We'd be struggling, I know, to hear each other. So, but anyway, we exchange signal reports, and that's the contact on my log. So thanks again. Hopefully the next time around will be better for both of us. Kilo November 4 Victor Alpha Zulu in Kentucky, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo 73s.
Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec Delta, Quebec.
Yeah, let him clear, guys. Let him go and clear. I know it's not real strong, but let him clear. Okay, the Kilo Charlie station again, I'm sorry?
Yeah, sorry about that. I couldn't hear him. This is Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec Delta, Quebec.
Oh, no problem. Again, I know a lot of times you guys aren't able to hear the stations, and you don't know where it's at, and it's no big deal. I always like to let people get a chance to finish. So, but you know, big stations like you've got, you probably hear everybody around the world 24/7.
Oh no, there's lots of stations I can't hear. Like right now, there's an Austria Island on that I can't hear on 20. But you're sounding good tonight. There's sometimes I can't hear you, but I seen just laid down and brought my YouTube videos up, and there you was. And I thought, well, I better turn the radio back on. I even turned the amplifier off. So this is just straight radio tonight. Back over to you, Randy.
Well, you're not going to need it at 20 over, so that's totally fine. I turned the DNR off as well, so I can hear a little bit more static, but again, no problems hearing you. So yeah, I'm glad for that. Yeah, we did a little video earlier this afternoon, and we posted it. We're going to try to give it a go. Of course, I think you know Alex down in Florida. He did something similar, and I go, I'm going to try that as well. So we did that earlier and posted it up. So we've got the video from earlier, and we've got this one here. So all is good with the world there, Roger.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if all is well with the world, but all is well in Ohio. But as usual, you're sounding very good in the southeastern corner of Ohio.
Well, I'm glad. We've just about hit it everywhere. We in only 2 locations so far we've had a little struggle with was up in Milwaukee area and just now down in Kentucky, which is really odd. We're a little bit farther away. We're about 650 miles. Maybe that's the difference. But we've already gone coast to coast from Oregon up into New Jersey and along the coast and then down in North Carolina. So I think overall the band's okay, but I think there might be spots, at least for me, where we're kind of lacking a little bit. But, you just do it the best you can.
Oh, yes, most definitely, most definitely. Did you operate any of the DX contests?
No, we generally don't use the radio on the weekends. The time we get here during the week, the YL's okay with. On the weekend, most cases, she would prefer that we do something together and do something else. And so to answer your question, long answer, short, no, we do not.
Roger.
Yeah, it's okay. If you're going to be here, 3 or 4 or 5 nights a week, which I'd like to do, then, she's okay with that. But I can understand the honeydews that come around on the weekends, and they'll just get worse and worse and bigger as the time goes on, and we get warmer weather and more daylight. But that's okay. I don't mind. There are occasions, we've done a little radio on the weekends, but we weren't able to this last week, and we weren't even around the radio. So we're trying to make up for it tonight.
Excellent. Oh, it's always nice to hear you, though. It really is. I enjoy looking at your YouTube videos. And did you hit your 600 subscribe, 500 or 600?
No, we were looking for 6, and it just. And again, I'm hesitant a lot of times to mention it, other than if people, stationed earlier, and I wish we could get back to them. I mean, you got a brand new FTDX10, and I asked them about a couple of settings, and then was gone. And that's kind of what I wanted to do this for, is people, you get as many reports as you can. That's what I say, and then kind of go from there. And that's kind of what we're doing. I think you and I have talked about that in the past, but. No, the other night when we started, we were 595. I think we're currently 630 or somewhere around there. So we've done exceedingly well, and it's a tribute to the people that subscribe, and I appreciate that. And hopefully they're getting something from it. So now on to 700.
700 WLW.
Yeah, you just never know. Again. Everything could end tomorrow, and I would be okay with that, because the time we've been doing this, we've met some really great stations, really good operators. They've been willing to share knowledge on different equipment and antennas and so forth, and a lot of them have some really terrific stories based on some of the titles and questions that we come up with, and I've certainly enjoyed the last, it's been 13 or 14 months now, and I hope it continues. We'll see where it goes.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And if not, I'll still figure out a way to get in front of the microphone, but, as long as we got internet, it's kind of hard not to flow the switch to do the live stream. We just have so much fun with it, and we're able to help an operator earlier, going through different settings on his radio, so now he'll have an opportunity to go back and listen to what it sounded like on those different settings, and that's kind of what this is really all about, to see what they can do to maybe improve the quality or the signal strength and what have you, and that's really all you can ask for, Jeremy. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's what the hobby's all about, I guess. Everybody's got their little niche to it. I like to do about all of it. I like to rag chew. I like to contest. I like to build. I like to do about all of it.
No, yeah, and that's the cool thing. There's really something here for everybody, depending on what they would like to get out of the hobby. There's really a lot that can be done, and I can just see it continually to grow. I mean, there's an integration of amateur radio and social media. I mean, YouTube, for heaven's sakes. Who would have ever thought? I would have never thought that was possible. And now I don't think twice about it. You flip the switch, things up live, and make sure you don't look like a fool too much, and off you go. It's a good thing, because You know, first-time callers, you know, like, hey, I get to hear myself? Yeah. Well, I listened to the Utah SDR, which is totally fine. This is a little bit different. I think this is a little bit closer to what you actually sound over the air. I mean, I'm not doing the recording on the other end. YouTube is, of course, but hey, you know, take it for what it's worth. It doesn't cost you but a little bit of time. You know, you key the mic, you say hi, and we just kind of see where it goes.
Yep. So, what's the antenna you're running tonight?
No, just a inverted V, the dipole. It's, you know, off the side of the tower like usual.
Roger.
Yeah, I wish there was something else, but I'm happy with the way this one's working, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I think I've looked at maybe raising it, moving one of the arms a different configuration or something. I said, no, it's working too good, except there's a few spots around the country that might be a little bit tough, but most of the time we're doing okay with it, so we're just going to leave it alone. So, hey, nice to hear you. We've got a few more minutes before we got to shut down and see if we can make a couple more contacts before we do that. But always nice to hear you as always. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Hope you have a good week ahead. We do plan to be out here, you know, a couple more nights yet this week, so I'm sure we'll get a chance to reconnect with you as always. Always look forward to that. Always sound good and received. Yeah, you don't need the amplifier anymore if you're going to be this strong. Just leave it off. So, but hey, until next time, my friend, we'll figure something else. We'll figure something to talk about, no doubt. Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec, Delta, Quebec. The Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Jeremy.
73, Rank. KQ to you.
All right, take care. QRZ and enter stations, please.
Kilo Hotel 6, Charlie Tango.
Kilo Hotel 6, was it Charlie Tango?
Roger. Thank you, Randy. KH6CT. I'm down here in the middle of Florida, and you're 20 over. Really nice, steady signal, not much wavering around at all. Over.
Well, you know, only because I'm sitting down. If I think I was standing up, that signal would be waving all over the place because I'd probably get dizzy, but thanks for that. Hey, nice to hear Florida. First time tonight in the Gainesville. Steve, you got a good signal. You're about 10 over. So, again, the East Coast is doing quite well on propagation there. Go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Running a little bit of power, but that's not what I called about. I heard you mention the FTDX10. I'm currently using FTDX 3000. Seriously considering moving to the FTDX10. Do you think I would think that would be a good move or not?
I put both the radios side by side last February on the bench with the ham radio store here. He had a used 3000, and then at that time the new FTDX10. And while I like the 3000, there is something to be said about the 10. I liked it so much I bought another one, so I have two of these. I think they're terrific radios, and it's by far the best receiver radio that I have ever owned.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I'm not in the best of positions here for receiving antennas, so I'm going to put up something different next week. Anyhow, using also a NA4RR X-Tank. Second your opinion of that thing. It's fantastic. Over.
Yeah, it is. Mine just had an anniversary. January was 10 years. So it's from Roger Rockwell. I think he sold it to his son now. I think his son runs the company. But yeah, terrific antenna. Here's the thing that really kind of got me toward the 10. One is digital noise reduction, adjustable. That's a huge plus. It's by far the best receiver. Having the external monitor port was really nice to have. If you want to put up an external monitor, it's really, plug and play, really simple. I use a video capture card that goes into the back of my computer, which allows me to put my radio display up on the YouTube channel. But you can actually see the actual display. It's not a third-party software. It's the actual radio display, which I certainly like. And it just, those kind of things, it's a little bigger than 991A, but it's smaller than your 3000. The other one I use it portable. I have no issues. I have it with a headset. And again, I've had Yaesu, I've had Kenwood, I've had ICOM, and I just prefer this radio of anything else I've owned.
Okay. Okay, well, I do appreciate that info. Let's see, what else was I going to tell you? I forgot. The display on the big monitor does that allow you to control the radio, or is it just to look at?
Well, I've told both ways. I have heard that they make a large, and I can be corrected. For somebody out there who'll have the answer, great. The information that I've read, that I've seen, is there are large monitors that are touchscreen that would allow you to use the same as a touchscreen on the face of the radio. You do have in the back 2 USB ports that you can use a mouse and a keyboard and can control the radio that way as well.
Okay, got it. For years now, I've been using a software called Win4Yaesu. I'm sure you've heard of it. All right. Well, I do appreciate it, Randy. It's our first contact, and I'll get you in the logbook here, and look forward to the next QSO. Appreciate a lot you clearing up the idea of the FTDX10. I think I will go ahead and get one. Over.
Yeah, I don't think you could go wrong. I really don't. Again, I've had really, really good luck. The other thing is your Win4Yaesu. I had the Win for ICOM because I had a 7300. That software you can still use on this radio. But again, why would you? And this is what I'm trying to think what the word is. It's hybrid SDR is what they call. Again, the 3D setting that you display you can have on it, I really haven't really gone there. To me, it's not an issue. Having the multi-display, expand it, changing the speeds, running centers, and I mean, it's just there's a lot more of the radio that I'm probably using. But again, it's so easy to change the display colors. If you want to go from RF power to mic gain to the function button. I mean, the thing is, you're real familiar. You've got a 3000. The EQ's almost set up identical. There are some EQ settings out there on the net, on the web, to start with this radio, and so you're not going to be going into it blind. You get them dialed in. And I'm not tooting my horn, but they can sound like this, and I think mine sounds pretty good, and you can get there as well.
Okay, your audio is great. I love it. I'll probably, if I get one, when I get it, I'll just try the EQ settings from the 3000 and put it over there on the 10. How's the audio, by the way, anyhow?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no problem. You almost bumped 20 over that time, so no, it's no big deal. If you do go that route, I'm good in QRZ. Send me an email. I'll send you my settings as well. You can try those.
Okay, do appreciate it. All right, Randy, lots of other people I'm sure want to get a chance to speak with you, so we'll say 73 and aloha and have fun. 73, sir.
Yeah, you come back anytime, Steve. Nice to hear you. Our second contact, we had April 8th of last year here on 40 meters as well, so nice to have you back here in the log. It's amazing how time flies, so hopefully it won't take us that much time again for a second or a third contact. So, again, anytime you hear us out here, give us a call. We'd be happy to kind of catch up and see where things are at. With your kind of signal, we shouldn't have a problem hearing each other. Of course, the band could die. You never can tell, but nice to hear you from Gainesville. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Do take care. Kilo Hotel 6, Charlie Tango, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. 73, Steve.
73.
Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please?
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Yankee Hotel.
Echo 8, Papa Quebec Romeo.
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Yankee Hotel. Is that Tim? Go ahead.
Yes, it is. I'm here in West Virginia, and I have you still at about a 20 over.
Well, that was a pretty good guess on Tim, wasn't it?
Yes, affirmative.
Well, the logger's that quick. If I can type them in correctly, I usually get the correct information. A lot of times we end up hitting the wrong letter or something, and I call somebody by the wrong name. Never a good way to start. But, yeah, nice to hear West Virginia. Again, first one tonight. We've only had two areas that we've been kind of having an issue. One was in Milwaukee and then in Kentucky, but most everybody else has been 5.9 and sometimes 5.9 plus. No problems hearing you at all. So what's happening in West Virginia tonight?
Well, really really not much going on. It's been raining and miserable, so I've had a little bit of time to come in here and play on the radio.
Well, that's always a good time, I think. You know, I would have thought if you'd have asked me last week, I would have said, hey, you know, winter's over with. We're rolling toward spring. We had some mid-70s last Wednesday, 87, and we set a new record here in the Kansas City area. I was like, yeah, we're done. Well, we got our sleet and snow last night, and we're bordering right around freezing for the next 4 or 5 days. So I think it said, hold on, we're not done with you. But, you know, it does give you more time for radio there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through and heard you guys talking about that DX10. I've been looking at that or the FT991A. Do you have anything about it?
Well, I'll tell you, both good radios. You know, again, depends on what you're going to use it for. The 991A, you know, 2-meter 440, full HF radio, terrific radio. A little smaller package than the FTDX10. Of course, I'm on the FTDX10 right now. So, you know, depending on how you want to use it, if it's going to be, you know, use it at home in the shack and maybe take it portable, yeah, the 991's a lot easier to carry around. I have another FTDX10 that I use portable, but I use a table and so forth, and I set up. I'm going to be there for a couple hours, and I've got to the point where I'm used to it. They'll both work really good in the shack. The 991A does not have digital noise reduction. It's adjustable. The FTDX10, it's got a by far a little bit better receiver. And for me, the FTDX10 having an external monitor port in the back where I can actually hook up an additional monitor, that was a big thing for me for what I wanted to do. I don't think you can go wrong with either radio. I love the 10s. I wouldn't trade it for anything right now, even a 101. I would prefer to have this radio. It's a little bit smaller package, so I've got more of the room for stuff in the shack. But again, depending on what you want to do, what kind of applications, they're both terrific radios. I think Yaesu makes good products, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just trying to debate between them. Right at the moment, they're only like $200 apart. And I figured if I was going to go portable, I'd use this 891 for that. Good.
Yeah, now if you've got that radio already, the 891, terrific radio to take portable. And that has a lot of versatility to it as well, because you've got adjustable EQ settings and so forth. And they really sound good out of the box. The stock microphones, people, you know, kind of shy away from, they actually sound quite well. So, you know, again, where are you going to be at in a year? Are you looking to upgrade in a year, or are you going to look at upgrade in 5 years, or what have you? The FTDX10 has a 3-year warranty. Most people don't know that. I didn't know it when I bought it, so that's a good thing. I just think if for a home station, and you know you've got a good antenna set up for you, and you know you've got all the pieces put together, I just think a person could not go wrong with an FTDX10. That's just my opinion. You certainly can't go with a 991 if you've got a 2-meter groups that are in the area, and you've got check-ins on these 2-meter repeaters and so forth. Go that route, and 440 as well. I don't have that here in my area, so to me that wasn't a consideration. So that's one of the other reasons that I went with the 10. But I like having the digital noise reduction. It is a better receiver, and I like having the external monitor port in the back. So for me, that was the way I went.
Yeah, I've been kind of leaning that way. There's not much in this area as far as 2 meters, but I have a little 10 meter I've got set up here as a base too. So I really wouldn't need a shack in a box, to speak.
Yeah, again, the 991A's been out for a while. And that's not a discredit to it, but it's an established radio, over the 991, over the 1200. This is a relatively new radio. I believe it came out the fall of 20, or maybe 21. I think it was the fall of 20. I picked this up in February of last year, which would have been 2021. And, of course, the price is starting to drop down accordingly. So we paid the full price when it came out in February of last year. I didn't mind at that time because this is a radio that I knew that I wanted because I knew what it could do, and I still haven't used all the capabilities to it. However, I think we've gotten to the point with some adjustments with the EQ inside, with the antenna system we're using, with the microphones here. This is how I wanted the radio to work and how I wanted to set up, and like I said, I just wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards one of those. I don't know if I'll upgrade this year or next. Yeah, I'm just not sure.
Well, that's okay, and that's really a good way to approach it. Because I don't know of anybody yet in the ham radio, and maybe there's somebody out there that is, but I don't know anybody. I'm not one of them that gets paid to be on the air, so we're having to buy this equipment ourselves. And you got to really, if you're pitching pennies like most of us are, where am I getting my bang for my buck? And so those are the things that you got to take in consideration. But again, bottom line, I don't think either one of the radios you would go wrong with. I talked to a lot of people who run that 991A, and they sound terrific on the air, and they love the radio. The 891 that just came out not that long ago was a terrific radio as well. So again, it's going to be, how do you want to use it? Is it going to be something you'll take with you? Is it something you want to use in the shack? Is that going to be the cornerstone of your shack, that radio? And then you work off there, with either a different microphone or an amplifier and so forth. That's kind of how I approached it when I went that route. Maybe that's something to look at for you as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on. It's not going to be portable. It'll just be here. I've already got a pretty good Yaesu mic, so that's what kind of getting to be pretty Yaesu prejudiced, I guess.
Oh, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's the same debate with automobiles. We know this. Kenwood makes a good radios. So does Yaesu. So does ICOM. Even that Xiegu is starting to catch on to a lot of folks. Again, if the radios or transceivers weren't good, people wouldn't buy them, so they wouldn't be making them. So, again, they all do things just a little bit different size packages and different things that they'll do that maybe a different radio want. I had a hard time figuring out a while ago, but this is a hybrid SDR radio. And again, I like the way it operates, and you can really narrow down things if it gets really noisy. You don't even use a noise blink if you don't need to. But a touch screen, some people like them, some don't. I like the touch screen. Really easy to kind of move things around. Hit one function button, off you go, and you can go to any menu you want, and you're done. Have an internal tuner. It's nice to have it as well. You can run Vox with it as well. Headphones, it takes a regular cat line is for the microphone versus the round plug. And, again, it's just my personal opinion with the radio. Like I said, I've had it for over a year, and it's worked well. But I've operated a 991A as well and an 891 on the bench, and I like those radios as well. But you're kind of covered there, so now maybe you're looking for something for your shack, and I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. There's a lot of money to spend, and you don't want to make the wrong decision.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning, towards the DX10 anyway, so I think it's helping with my decision. I'll be all right as long as the wife doesn't figure out how much I'm spending.
Oh, no, you never want to say that. Yeah, if they only knew how much it is. Well, you've already got the bases covered for being an amateur radio operator because, an amateur radio, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So you've already got the 2 radios. That's fine. So maybe one radio can help finance a new one. And maybe that's a way to look at it as well.
Yeah, and then again, I've only had my ticket almost a year now, so I'm still just getting my feet wet.
Oh, well, then it's certainly time to upgrade. If it's been a year, oh gosh, then you got to upgrade. No, I'm just kidding. Again, there's always, we always have things that we need and things we want. And yeah, I have no doubt, Tim, at some point you'll figure it out. But again, the Yaesu products, I don't think you can go wrong, and I'm sure that either radio will work really well for you, and we'll have no problems hearing you on the air, no doubt. So, hey, listen, I'm going to cut it off, but I've only got a couple more minutes here before I've got to shut it down. But I do want to thank you for calling in, and again, these are just my opinions, my thoughts about the equipment. So take it with a grain of salt. You can talk to somebody else and you say, hey, Randy's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And that's okay. That's what opinions are about. And I would get as many as I could and get other people's take and experiences with different equipment and radios and, maybe help you make a decision. So that's just kind of how it works. But, again, feel free to come back anytime. I know we had a contact before, so this is our second one. And, again, anytime you hear us out there, give us a call. I'll be more than happy to connect with you again. Again, I've got family up in Parkersburg, so not that far away from you, so we certainly know the area. But, hey, enjoy the rest of your Monday, what's left of it. Have a good week. Hope you and yours are safe and well. Hope you continue to be that way. And feel free to come back anytime you hear us out there, Tim. Nice talking with you. And again, my thoughts, my opinions on the radio. Good luck yourself. I'm sure you'll make the right decision. Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Yankee Hotel out in West Virginia, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Good evening. Have a good one.
Yeah, same to you. I'll just say 73. Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Yankee Hotel.
Delta 2. All right, no problem at all. Thanks again, Tim. You take care. Hey, we've got time for one more call, folks, and we got to shut it down. I do apologize. We couldn't run a little bit long, but we're going to try to get as many as we could here this evening. So we'll take one last caller, please, and then we'll have to go QRT. So Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. This is Randy, just outside of Kansas City. QRZ. I'll try to pull you out. The Kilo Echo 8 station, I believe. Would you try it again, please?
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Quebec Romeo.
Well, there you go. I got the first part right. Patrick, good evening. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Sitting here on my FTDX10.
Well, that's the reason why I pulled you out. No, you had a good signal in there, so I was able to pull you out pretty good. Hey, nice to hear you. So what's happening up in your neighborhood?
Oh, it's starting to warm up a little bit, so that's getting nice. I got one of these Pro 7 Heelys. I just wondering, does it sound pretty good?
Let's do something here real quick. Of course, you know I'm doing the channel, so we already got you where you're at. I'd like for you to try a couple of things, if you don't mind. I know several that are running the Heil headset. I run the Pro Elite. I think you said you had a Pro 7. They're generally pretty bassy right out of the box, and you're getting there as well, and it sounds like it's driving a little bit. So what I'd like for you to do is go to your function and tell me what your mic gain is at. Let's start there.
69.
Oh gosh, turn it down to 30. Well, let's not wait too long now. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad luck. The last time I asked an operator to do that earlier on a 10, I never heard from him again. So, Patrick, I hope we didn't get you in the wrong side there. Gosh, I hope I'm not 2 for 2 here. Let's see. We'll try it again and see if you're in there.
No, I got it. I just had to figure out what button to push.
Oh, yeah, that big function button, and I think the mic gain second row to the far left.
Yeah, that's about 33. How's that sound?
It's getting better. What's the processor set at? I know, you got to hit the function button and go over and listen to it and so forth, and then you got to key back in again. I get it, but I want to know what the processor is at. I want to know where the AMC is currently sitting.
AMC is 63, processor is 67.
The processing is 50 or 67?
67.
Okay, put the processor to 30 and put the AMC at 50 or 55.
Okay, give me a minute.
I just want you to try it. You're welcome to go back to it, but I want you to go back and listen to the differences with the settings on the YouTube channel. I want you to be able to hear this for yourself. All right, hit the function button. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead and do it.
All right, how's that?
Well, you know, 2 seconds isn't quite enough, Patrick. You got to give me a little more than that.
All right, how's that? Any better?
Well, here's what I hear. When you first called me, I could understand you, but you can tell it was being driven pretty hard. What you have done now is you've kind of backed it off a little bit. Here's the thing about the FTDX10. Small adjustments make big differences. So, I mean, my gain is at 20. Now, we all have different voices. There's no set place for everybody. You can kind of work it, but I will say this. What you have done now makes it a lot easier, a little bit clearer, and it doesn't sound near as much as it's driving. So hopefully that gives you kind of a direction to go. But I want you to go back and listen to this. Go back to my channel. And you're the last one tonight, and just listen to where you started to where you're at now, and then you can kind of get an idea if you want to continue going that direction or go back to where you were, but it's certainly sounding better to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I just had this radio 2 months, and a month after I had it, I had to go back. I just got it back like 4 days ago, so it's like starting all over again.
Yeah, because they'll put everything back at default, I'm sure. One thing I forgot to ask you, though, do you have it currently with mic EQ on or EQ off?
I think it's off.
Okay, go back into function, and I believe that's either next to, I think it's next to mic gain, or it's next to, or in between the processor. But if it's there, turn the mic gain on, to just push it to on.
Yeah, the mic EQ, it's on.
Now it's really coming alive, because not only do I hear the lows and some of the mid levels, but now your highs have come in. So now, and that's the whole thing. I could do the same thing for you. I could turn my mic EQ off, and it'd sound like I'm talking inside of a can. But when you turn the EQ on, boy, does it brighten up the audio, and it did that to you as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really appreciate this. I'm still learning all this.
Well, again, there's no set way. And like I said, go back and listen to it. Listen to our QSO. But at least you'll have a progression when you first called to what it sounded like, and just some of the things I just asked you to try. If you don't like it, then start from scratch again. One thing you can do also, I don't know if you've done any adjustments on the EQs in the rig since you just got it back. If you haven't, that's another thing that you can do as well. And I'd be more than happy to email you the settings that I'm using. Maybe that's a starting point for you as well. You're welcome to those. I'm good in QRZ. Send me an email, and I'll be happy to send them back to you. Again, it's whatever you want to do. I'm here to help. That's what we all do in the ham community. And I'm just paying it forward. I'd expect you to do that at some point as well. But to get your audio, you want your audio as good as you can. We're only dealing with 3KC, not a whole lot to work with, of course. But you're getting closer, because it really brightened up when you turn the EQ on.
Oh, yeah, I'd appreciate you email me. You have my email, or do you need it?
No, just look me up in QRZ, and my email is good. Just send me an email. I get emails all the time, and we've got a lot happening here, so it'd be easier if you just email it to me and just say, hey, Randy, we talked last night, or we talked tonight, whatever you want to do. Do you mind sending me over your settings? I've already got them on an email, and I can just go ahead and cut and paste and send them over to you. And just try those. And then hopefully you and I can connect real soon, and we get a chance to chat like we are right now, get a chance to record it on my channel, on my YouTube channel, and then you can kind of see, where your audio is going.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I appreciate this.
Yeah, happy to do it. No problem at all. Happy to do it. I'm glad you chimed in there, Patrick. It's hard to hear your radio had an issue. I'm glad you got it back. And a good headset, or the Heil's a good headset, no doubt. Unfortunately we got to run. We're a little bit over time, but we wanted to get one more call in there. I'm glad it was you. Another FTDX10. They're getting really popular. So, but anyway, if you get a chance, give a look and a listen to the channel, see what you think on some of the changes I asked you to do. And if you want to go back where they were, hey, no problem. You're not hurting my feelings. I want you to be happy with the way it sounds to you. So. That's the important part. So anyway, feel free to come back, and I'll look forward to an email if you want to try my settings. I'd be happy to give them to you. So anyway, we're going to shut down. We've got to run, but I'm glad we get a chance to connect even for a short time, Patrick. And by all means, look for us again. We'll see 7-3 tonight, and good luck. I'm sure you'll get there eventually. Kilo Echo 8, Papa Quebec Radio, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Patrick. Have a good night.
All right, you too. 73, Kilo Echo 8, Papa Quebec Romeo.
All right, take care, my friend. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. We're going to be clearing QRT, and the frequency is open for normal operations. You all have a good evening.
Testing 1, 2, 3.